the street. If a billionaire could be like, yo, I'm not gonna share none of the smart shit I know in my life. I'm just gonna have you permanently bunny hopping just for your embarrassment. Meek is not the smartest person, so I definitely believe Kanye West in a sense of, I do believe Meek Mill is someone that the elites would want to have. He's a low level thinker that's stupid. That if they say, hey, could you go make sure Ye's not wilding out? He won't even think, does Ye have a point? Is there something he's just stupid enough to go do it, right? And by the way, this also aligns with most of these people that are usually, they'll brag about how their friends are mighty and powerful. Then you realize most of them are just like, they end up all being pawns for Democratic candidates. Like, you have to realize, okay, prison reform is one thing, but when you see like the mayor, or actually the governor of Pennsylvania, who seems to love Meek so much, Meek is the person. Meek doesn't know this, right? Like, he's probably like, oh no, like, I'm really getting shit done. I'm moving this shit down. You're the Negro that represents all the dumb Negroes, okay? And if they could get you to stand out there and make them cool, it's like when political candidates like go to a Baptist church for either like a funeral, or they go there and take communion one time, and then people are like, oh snap, the white dude fucks with like our shit, like, and our pastor is showing us that he's cool. That's what Meek Mill is. And I completely get why you say a Meek Mill. Someone like Diddy, I do believe that Diddy is a boss. I do believe that Diddy has his own things, but I do believe that Diddy primarily, anytime it came to politics, he's always leaned one way. And after you've always had blind allegiance to like one side, you almost become like a political pawn for them. Diddy was using the vote or die thing. I remember way back in the day, there was this whole like campaign, vote or die Diddy. I'm pretty sure he got like a nice check from it. But look, they had all type of shit going on.
You don't understand the issue, shit.
Puff Daddy, vote or die. And that was definitely a political initiative that was supposed to, encourage people of color within the rap community to get out there and vote, because there was low turnouts from certain communities, especially communities that thought they were underrepresented or just thought that their vote didn't matter, right? Yeah. And people like Diddy used to do the whole vote or die, but really tell you to vote or die, but vote for who, the people who are paying, right?
That'll put them in office. They need the African American voting bloc, the Latino voting bloc, and they're not bringing up the issues, and they're not making strong enough commitments for our votes. So we have to be undecided. We have to hold our votes, and we have to just hear what they have to say. And tomorrow, if they don't talk about.
Yeah, so that was the whole vote die thing. So the only thing I don't get the Chappelle thing, because Chappelle seems to, I don't see him going along with anything that seems to be a political line, right? He's very critical of the transgender movement. I can't call him somebody who's like a progressive. That would be in line with how the Democrats are just like, fucking bowing down to the LGBTQIA plus movement. But he don't seem like somebody who fucks with Republicans that much either. So I kind of look at Dave Chappelle as having an independent stance. So when Kanye name drops, I'm like, what's Dave Chappelle's role here? Maybe I'm a little bit informed or misinformed, right?
Tell me like the t-shirt. Tell them like right now the agenda is this is the voting agenda for the celebrities, for the black. Make them do exactly what LeBron would do. Make them do exactly what Drake would do. And y'all know my stance on this. I want to say something about the number one. What's so good is the fuck you again. If for everybody that's working at a normal ass job, like a fast food restaurant, or somebody's girlfriend that left them for some nigga with more money, or whatever the fuck it is, all nigga want to do is just like pull up in that, so they can pull it right in front of this bitch and be like, fuck you. Now I just pulled up on everybody from last year, cancel, like, fuck all you niggas, fuck you, fuck my people, like shit, fuck you.
That's where the social media, I don't know, was it a tweet that you had put up?
What's that?
With the fuck yous. Was that like, is that what you're speaking on when you say, man, I was pulled this way, I was shut down, I was denied, and it feels good to inhale and say.
Now he's talking about, Big Boy is talking about this tweet right here, that infamously he even said fuck Drake. Like, he was saying fuck you to everybody, right? Let's see if we can pull it up and read it. It says, Rich, Ty, Cardi, and the supporters that stood by us through everything. This number one is for you. And and it's for the people who won't be manipulated by the system, and it's fuck Adidas, fuck everybody who works there or with them. Anyone who goes to school with anyone who parents who work at Adidas, just know they tried to destroy me, and here we are with no one saw in the world. Like the fake dude I saw in the lobby at the Ritz that worked at GOAT, you pussies don't stand for shit, and fuck everybody at the Daily Mail, and fuck everybody at the fashion houses that sided with Gabby and the Haley Bieber, and fuck each and every single one of y'all, and fuck every Christian that watched me have kids taken out of my control, and that's how I feel, and fuck Drake too, for taking Dirk right at the beginning of Vultures, which, by the way, we need some more clarification. What do you mean what do you mean Drake took Dirk right at the beginning of Vultures? Did Drake, like, commission Dirk to come work with him on some shit? And, like, maybe he was working with Kanye, and Dirk said, shit, I gotta go leave to work with, he's better friends with Drake. So it's like, I gotta go fuck with Drake right now. And maybe he thinks that Drake did that deliberately, right? And fuck Drake for taking Dirk right at the beginning of Vultures, and roll out. I'll come back if I think of more fuck yous. Okay.
Fuck you.
Yes,
Fuck you.
That's what you don't know. That's the exhale. The exhale, like, I would like to thank, I ain't thankful. It's fuck everyone about this bitch. Like, can't nobody tell me shit. La, 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 la.
Wait till I get the money.
You know what's so cool about that? Because it's like, Aiden Ross had to apologize. I was like 2 months from bankruptcy, from like hundreds of millions of dollars, just getting like, raped, Michael Jackson by, like...
He said Aiden had to apologize for what? What did Aiden apologize for? Aiden Ross apologized. Kanye, let me see. Oh, okay. I guess he's talking about this. Kanye West mentions Aiden Ross' apology while addressing the album Controversies. Let's see. It says Kanye West, blah, 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 blah. This is, however, a clip talking about an apology from Aiden is going viral with fans praising the kick streamer for having mentioned by a rapper. So you know what's cool about that? Niggas like Aiden Ross had to apologize. Man, I was 2 months from bankruptcy. The controversy surrounding Kanye as his anti-Semitic remarks costed him Adidas Easy deal with blah, blah, blah. Ooh, let's see. This was the apology, I guess.
I have to apologize. This message is straight to Ye's wife, Bianca. I just got an email about it. I'm really sorry. When I said that I had money for Ye to come on stream from Kick and Steak, I wasn't saying nobody's throwing Ye money these days as far as like nobody's paying him. Obviously,
he had made like an off the cuff comment like, yo, man, Kanye, ain't nobody really giving Kanye no money right now, so I got some money for him to call my stream. He better do it, right? And Kanye's admitting at that point, which, by the way, this is recent. This is the last couple months. He said he was 2 months from bankruptcy. It's kind of crazy. Like Kanye West, Kanye West is like the creative Dame Dash, 100%. How does he go from like putting everybody in a group chat saying he's worth $7 billion and that he's richer than all of these black people, including Rihanna, Kim K, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Travis Scott, all of them. He said it was richer than all combined. I don't know if y'all remember that. I can pull it up if you want. He said he was richer than all of them combined. How do you go from being that to then saying, like, basically in the last couple months, you were 2 months away from bankruptcy? You know what that says? This guy is a guy who's taking chances. This is a guy who's, he's rolling the dice. He's gambling. He's using his wealth and he's reinvesting it. And shit, if it doesn't work out, he might go broke. But if it does, he might hit it big again. And those, I do think that's kind of indicative of, I won't say a billionaire, but definitely of every entrepreneur. You got to take these risks. What was Kanye West recently? Was like 2 months away? That's crazy. Okay, somebody said he explained it. Let me see.
The people around, like how people was taking Mike's money, Michael Tyson, Michael Jackson, celebrities, Prince, whatever and shit. People, you got new employees, you got all that, and we cleaning all them employees up, doing industry standards, industry rates. Got my Shopify account, right? Then said, boom, we're gonna do this $20. Let me get the Super Bowl. And the fact that I was able to show factual $19.3 million of sale in one day, the next day is 15 million, the next day was 11, but in one day, at the same time when the music was coming out. This was just us and the people at the end of the day. But even with the streams, it's like, on one end you'd be like, it's like, stay away from the lie, because, we're number one. We had streams. How many niggas went number one and never made $1 billion?
Mm-hmm.
Man, Drake is still made $1 billion. This is Big Yard, Bad Bunny. They not gonna say
Cap. Drake made $1 billion. Cap. Yo, Drake don't see this and be like, Drake made a billion. Drake is the only artist that's made $1 billion from music. Now Kanye has made $1 billion, not from music, right? But Drake has made marginally way more money off music than Kanye has. And we're talking about actual sales of music. And by the way, I'm quantifying this off of, estimations because Drake's deals as the year progresses has been way better than even Kanye West deal because he's been stuck at Def Jam under like a not so favorable contract for a long time. Drake, who basically started at Young Money, Cash Money, was able to leverage his success, get Cash Money dipped out, well, Young Money kind of whatever, and his shit went from Young Money, Cash Money to Republic. Then he was able to leverage that with multiple negotiations that half of his masters lives with OVO Sound. And when he puts out projects now, he owns a significant portion of his stuff, even though technically he's still not independent. So again, he makes a lot more money off of his music, and also he sold more. Like he's just sold his albums has sold more, and he's put out more volume of albums than Kanye West himself, if you ask me. And especially in a shorter period of time, you know what I mean? He puts out more songs. Kanye has been almost damn near semi-retired, and yeah, the estimation is that Drake, with some of these large deals he signed, just strictly off music, has made $1 billion. Okay.
Set that man Bad Bunny up to make $1 billion. They're gonna give him the same pack that they gave Drake, that Lucian pack, whatever it is.
That's also false. And Kanye, I'm not sure if he's just saying this because he's focused on what he got going on. Bad Bunny has a better deal than Drake. That's a fact. And Bad Bunny has a better deal than Kanye West. That's a fact. Bad Bunny is signed to Sony Orchard. Or no, he distributes through Sony Orchard. They're not in a royalty rate deal. They have a distribution situation that goes through the major labels. Someone like Kanye, when he first signed on for his first couple of albums, College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation, those are royalty rate deals at best. You know what I mean? You're barely getting anything of what your album's gonna do. So maybe one or maybe all those albums went diamond. You're not getting, if Bad Bunny sells 2 million records, he's getting way more money than you got off your album when going diamond. I'm only talking about royalties. I'm not talking about intellectual property, which is publishing, which is, obviously Kanye has legendary records, which if he, his voice or if he had original sounds on there, they're probably gonna be sampled and sent third, so he's gonna make shit ton of money. So, I'm just trying to be very accurate. But if we're talking about actual deals, ask anybody in the music business, Bad Bunny has a deal where, to be honest, it's out of this world. It's nothing like any that none of these niggas have, and I'm including the boy. And I'm included for the totality of his career, right? Drake obviously at this point has leveraged his worth and like his hotness to get a really favorable deal, but Bad Bunny came in the game with a good deal. That's the thing. Kanye didn't come in the game with a good deal. Drake didn't come in the game with a good deal. Bad Bunny did.
Everybody that does music, maybe this is not outside of anyone in the music industry knows that Drake and Bad Bunny got that same, that push. We're gonna push this radio. We're gonna push this. We're gonna push that. And that pack was removed from me. That's just Taylor Swift thing. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So there he's saying that they have that same the theory of how their music will get pushed is gonna be we're gonna push it on a pop level through radio and certain avenues. Facts. Kanye, he's basically saying he got blackballed, so his stuff after the Taylor Swift stuff was just not getting pushed like that. I don't know if that's necessarily the thing, because at the end of the day, Kanye's done many asshole as shit, but until he really said like whatever anti-Semitic thing, or what they call anti-Semitic thing, I think people still were jacking his music. I still think that if he had a big hit, people would fuck with it. You know what I mean? I don't think people were like, oh no, we're not fucking with Ye. For like universally before this new shit with the DEF CON, whatever.
To hit this #1 is such a fuck you, and people need to understand how valuable it is to be able to tell people.
And you did that. Y'all did that for you.
We're doing.
The music, everything, that's for you. And sometimes when something comes with it, like even with my situations, like radio, so on and so forth, whatever I did to leave one and go to the other, it wasn't about elevating, like, it was about me doing my thing. And if a F you came with it, if a fuck you came with it, it came with it.
Man.
I wasn't out.
we're doing.
The music, everything, that's for you. And sometimes when something comes with it, like even with my situations, like radio, so on and so forth, whatever I did to leave one and go to the other, it wasn't about elevating, like, oh, it was about me doing my thing. And if a F you came with it, if a fuck you came with it, it came with it.
Man,
I wasn't out for
fuck that. I don't want to lose a job, but fuck that nigga at the gate that asked you for ID. You the face of this shit. You the face of this building. Big boy, can I see ID? I said, nigga, that's why I hate America.
Right. Hey man, when we pulled up, he was like, he asked me for your ID. I was like,
he pulling you over like you a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time a nigga had a nice car, nigga, what's the point of getting a car that go 160 miles per hour in Chicago when you got to drive even slower because the cop pulling you over for being in a car?
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's where we are, 2024 today. Now take this interview, as always, play this shit in 2034 and see was this shit factual.
Hey man, we sat down.
And that is one of the Kanye West like best attributes. Like Kanye West, one of his most attractive attributes in terms of like as time has gone on, his music has sounded like it was the blueprint for many other types or genres or subgenres of music, and a lot of what he said always seemed to have a little bit more credence later in the future, more than maybe he did at the time when he said it.
One of your spots. And I showed you a video and I said, yeah, I think this was from 10 years ago. And we were watching it live. And it was you talking about where you were going to be in 10 years from now, and Jesus is King. And we're sitting there literally in that area, what you were talking about 10 years later. It was exactly what you said 10 years before.
Even if I thought that shit sounded crazy as fuck, he made that shit happen. I remember it was like a couple New Years ago. He called me like early in the morning, like, yo, we need to sing for God.
Close. People be like, yo, this is like down 2, and he gonna do this like third time, like we did Workout Plan, up tempo, then we did Addiction, second time up tempo, then third time Charm, my biggest album of my career, is that never let nobody psych you out, man. The title's still up and running at the end of the day. Like when a black man came and said, I'm gonna do my own streaming network, I never seen Jay-Z so-called take a public L until he did that, until he stepped out and said, this is what I'm gonna do now. They put up like 80% of the fans won't buy the album. Are you sure it's $20? I got 20 million Instagram followers, and that's cap. You know, it's like niggas walking around with 500 million. They ain't that much more famous. But if you just take the conversion rate, 5% of that 20 million will be 1 million records. Think about this. They be having, I don't play wax. No knock to the fans. It's beautiful to do, got the fucking Adidas record and everything, but I don't play records. I don't play CDs. So we be spending half our time as artists, focus on the music, the other half trying to do the Trav and Taylor Swift numbers. What amount of work, and then Adele or whoever they got a hand in the album this much early, and it's all for the accolades and numbers. It's not really adding up to real financial numbers, and it's not converting really the amount of fans they have. So say I get a 5% conversion rate on my Instagram followers, what's that gonna mean to Taylor Swift? Or somebody, what's that gonna mean to people with like 500 million in Instagram followers? You know what I'm saying? They try to pit me against Taylor Swift, me against whoever in the music industry. It's like, get that man talking back and forth on the phone with Dave Chappelle. Get that man like making sub songs to Drake. Get that man say Taylor Swift kicked him out, or Shaq said this. And I'm just like, man, I'm here for everybody in his lifetime. I feel like a lot of shit that like the you-know-who's do with our contracts and shit just come from fear of losing control. And moms just don't play fair. They put information in there, they pay off the lawyers, and they put you in a situation where you ain't gonna make no money from it. But now you got TikTok, you got streaming. Everyone's afraid of how they're gonna still support their families. Right. And there's some kind of like simpler way through honesty, which is hard, but engineering to make, people say you can't make everybody happy, but I've seen situations where a song makes everybody happy. I've seen, water pipe, like LA, they got the LA river closed off and shit. That's the first thing. That's the first, open up the river. But everybody